Hey you guys, it's MonneXo and I'm here with Tanaja, the founder of the Lab Creative House. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited that you're here today because I really want to know, like, what is the Lab Creative House?
The Lab Creative House is a marketing agency. So I help brands take their social media presence to the next level. Can I cuss on her? Because I got something
What you trying
to say.
to say? What you trying to say?
I got a saying that's on my website, and it got a
Okay.
cuss word in
Okay.
it. Okay.
Let me hear it.
So, so I help brands pop their shit on social media.
Okay. I like
So
that.
basically, that's
we
what the-
keep that. We keep that. We keep that.
That's what the Lab Creative House is.
And so how did you start? Because, you know, marketing is like a different world.
Yeah.
So
It took me a long time to get where I'm at now. So when I first came into school, I was going for biology. I swore I wanted to be a nurse. Then I was teaching, and I was like, I don't like kids that much. And then I started just like creating stuff because I used to have a clothing line too. So I didn't want to pay nobody to make graphics for Instagram, and I knew I could do it myself.
yeah.
So once I started posting that, and people were like, this is good, like, who does it? Then they started coming to me for their brand when I told them I made it myself. Originally, it was Tanaja Lynette Studios, but I already had the clothing brand name, Tanaja Lynette, so I didn't want both of them to be under my name.
Yeah.
So then I just moved to the lab, so it's still my initials, but people can say, oh, I'm in the lab now. I can't talk right
I
now,
know,
I'm in
that's
the
cute.
lab.
I like it.
Thank you.
How has that process been, though, with you starting your agency to when you began and then where you're at now? Because I'm sure it's been like a lot of growth.
Yeah. I really started in high school. I used to edit my best friend's football pictures, and I did everything on my phone. I was terrible. Then once I started getting into like Canva, and I took a couple classes in Photoshop for school, that's when I really fell in love with it. And I was decent, but now like I really see, like if you scroll through my Instagram on my business page, you can definitely see the growth. And then once I started getting clients, I could see the growth like of my business and myself personally. So it was a struggle to get where I'm at now, but I'm glad that I'm where I'm at now, and I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, and it's always good to kind of look back at the things you've done and then see the present and be like, oh, dang, like,
Yeah.
you,
Even
like
though
you
I
say,
hate
you
it.
pop your stuff. So, you know, I ain't gonna cuss on you, but how has it been, though, when it comes to being creative for your clients? Because being creative takes a lot.
Yeah.
It could take a lot out of you, and having to do it for like multiple people is challenging. So just like, how has that been for you in balancing that?
For me personally, it really hasn't, like the creative side isn't challenging. It's just like the managing the like the brands is challenging, but creative wise, it's not challenging at all because I've been a creative person like all my life.
Yeah.
I was the kid that was cutting up clothes when I was little, painting when I was little, everything. So like the creative side it just comes to me naturally. Like I wake up in the middle of the night like, okay, this idea, let me do this real quick, and then that's it. But as long as brands give me like full creative control,
That's what I was gonna ask.
I love it.
That's what I was
Those are
gonna
my favorite
ask.
type of clients.
Yeah, because some people, they're like, I want you to do this, but I want it this way and that way and that way. I was gonna ask you that, like, how good are you when it comes to dealing with clients like that, or are you more towards those clients that are like, I trust you, do what you gotta do, and we'll make it work?
I'm a mix of like how I like my clients. For the clients that's very specific, I always give them what they ask for, but I also give them another design that's straight from my head.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they like my idea better because usually they just copy off somebody else.
Yeah.
And they think that will fit their brand, but that's not what your brand is. That's their brand, so that doesn't work for you.
Now, what has been one of your favorite projects, or you don't have to necessarily say what client is if you don't want to, but just an idea of like your favorite project that you've worked on?
Okay, I have like 2. So I used to work for Kalia's Cravens, so I did her social media, and that was like my very first client, so I love that. And she was the type of client that gave me full creative control.
Okay.
So that's why I liked working with her. And then every once in a while, I'll do like a fun project just to have some content. I created some fun content for Lorvay, the brand, like the sunglass brand by Diera, the YouTuber. That was pretty fun because I tried out new like techniques that I just found on like TikTok or something. And that was my very first like fun project, but that was probably one of the best ones I ever did.
Now, being a creative, what is probably the best advice you think you could give somebody that's kind of in a similar space as you?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Like everything you've been through on your own, or even if you've had help from somebody else, like what would you tell somebody, like, don't do this way, or do this way, or?
From a creative standpoint, like, ask questions. Like, if you see somebody else that did something that you want to try, I would definitely ask them, like, oh, how did you do this? What did you use to do this? And 9 times out of 10, some people will give you, like, the recipe for free, but then some of them, they charge something, or they be like, well, buy my little course or whatever. And sometimes you got to buy that course. I bought a course, and I loved it. Like, it took some of my graphics to the next level. So ask questions.
Let's say it's okay to invest in your business.
Yes.
That's what I got from that too. It's all right.
Definitely.
So what do you have going on? Do you have any like specials, or what other services do you offer that people can reach out to you about?
So currently, like at the moment, I'm closed because I'm rebranding.
Okay.
And I'll be accepting new clients at the beginning of the year. But when I do reopen, I'm coming back with a new website, a new portfolio. I have monthly services. So if you just want to step away from like content creating altogether for your brand, then I have services for that. I have single services, so like business cards, event flyers, if you need your website done or redone. The banners you will see at like a pop-up shop. And I also offer free services for people who need like obituaries done or missing person flyers. So I have a lot of stuff coming up.
I like that. No, I'm excited for you. That's actually super dope. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
Thank you. I got the idea off Instagram.
I love that. Yeah. So before we wrap up into the Cause or a Jar segment, can you just let everybody know how can they reach out to you? How can they contact you, ask about your services, or get on the wait list?
Right now, the best way to reach me is Instagram at thelab.ch or email, which is inthelabdesigns@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, here comes the fun part. So you're going to pull 3 questions out and then just answer them the best way that you can.
Would you rather throw away love or money? Love.
Whoa.
I don't even have to answer the question.
I was going to say, you didn't even have to think about that.
The love can go.
You have to answer why. She answered that. Why the fuck? No, really, why?
I grew up like in a hustler family, so money has just always been like at the front of my head. No matter what, it's money. And even if I'm in a relationship with somebody, if you can't help me get money, you gotta go.
It's like money rules the world, doesn't it? It could be the root of all evil too, though. Balance.
God got me.
Next question.
What song would you play at a party and why? A specific song? Can I do an artist?
You can do that. It might make you think of a song too.
Anything Lil Baby. If it's Lil Baby, I'm gonna sing probably.
Did you like his new album?
Yes, I was just listening to it in the car.
I would say that song, that Hey song came on the radio.
I love it. It makes me feel jazzy.
It make you say, hey.
Yeah. But anything Lil Baby, gotta go at the party.
Okay. I ain't gonna fight you on it.
What is the definition of creativity to you? I had this question for school one day, and I Googled it because I didn't know what to say. To me, creativity is just whatever your mind whatever your mind wants you to do, whatever your mind sees, how it sees the world, how it sees people, that's what creativity is. And it's really up to you to see, like, to put out your version of the world or the people in whatever form of creativity that you are, whether it's painting, digital, clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
Creativity is just like how you view the world or people.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's perfect, like the way that you view the world, because everybody has different perspectives, and I think that's the whole point of being a creative, is that you're able to give the world things that they either may have not seen before, or they may not have seen it in those type of ways. So yeah, thank you. Like I enjoyed having you on this show.
Thank you.
I wish the best for you. Make sure you guys support. I'm MonneXo. I'm out. Be easy. It's your girl MonneXo, and you just finished a 94XO interview. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media platforms. Be easy.